So this is how you detach from any outcome. You see, the thing is, and the reason why we're attached to all these outcomes is because we haven't experienced the worst part of things yet. The moment you experience the worst outcome, the worst possible thing that could happen as many times as possible, that is when it doesn't scare you anymore. That is when the fear dissolves. Because the problem is there's so much unknown because you haven't experienced enough. You haven't experienced that worst outcome that you've been thinking about and fearing for all this time. And that's the thing, the moment you do, the moment you experience the heartbreak, the regret, the confusion, whatever it is, the moment you experience the worst side of things is exactly the moment you realize to yourself, it's actually not that bad, it could be a lot worse. And the reason we overthink is because there's so much unknown. There's so many factors involved to the point where we think, what if this happens? Is this going to be really bad? How is this going to turn out? But the moment you just experience life and you just go through the bad things that you were once so scared of, that is exactly when it doesn't bother you anymore. That's when you find peace. No matter what happens, you're going to be okay. And you know that deep down. And that's what just gives you this ease that you live with. All of this stuff is easier said than done. Of course, when you put into practice and you try to detach from any outcome, you're going to feel attachment. You're going to feel some level of energy and attachment and emotional connection towards those things. But the challenge is detaching while you're in there. Detaching. It's easy to detach when you're not there. But when you're there, when you're emotionally involved, detaching at that point is number one, most rewarding, and number two, at the same time, most challenging. So if you want to detach from any outcome, the idea is allow yourself to experience the worst possible thing that is in your head. The thing where you think, if I experience this, my life is falling apart, like things are just the worst of the worst. Because the funny thing is, when you actually experience this, you're going to realize it wasn't as bad as I thought. It wasn't as terrible as I imagined it to be. And when you can approach life and your problems and your fears with this framework and with this mental understanding, that is when you realize nothing can break you. You are as powerful as you think you are. And anything that you experience, anything in your life, it's all there to make you grow. Nothing can harm you like you think it can harm you. It's either there to make you stronger and grow or teach you a lesson, something that you wouldn't have otherwise learned. So if you want to detach from the outcome, take the worst possible thing that could happen in that given situation and allow yourself to visualize it. Be there, imagine it already happens. By imagining and truly feeling the feelings behind that, you just connect with the worst possible situation. And that is what dissolves your fear. Even better would be experiencing that, not even visualizing it, but experiencing it for real. Actually going through the particular outcome that is most feared, that is most scary to you. Because when you go through it and when you're actually there, you realize that it's actually not that bad.